We got a great show for you guys tonight. Oh, so good. So good. It's good to be here in Evansville. Especially at Re-Raw, where there's something great right here, and then they have a soda fountain machine right there making all that noise. Every time somebody orders a Coke, it sounds like Steve-O doing Whippets at a Def Leppard concert. Yeah, Steve-O, Def Leppard. Both very outdated references. So my name is Jack Andrew, and I'm not a very big fan of cuddling. I'm always so self-conscious. Am I breathing too loud? Does my breath stink? Does my throbbing erection bother you? It just raises so many questions, and it also raises my junk. That joke is actually a lie because I have a dysfunctional family, which is funny because I nicknamed my cock and balls Family. Every time I'm jerking off, it looks like I'm trying to hail a taxi cab with a warm Go-Gurt. If I wrote a memoir, it'd be entitled The Impotence of Being Earnest. A lot of people are sexually frustrated. Not me. I'm sexually furious. I run around all day just going, "Argh! Oh, it sucks. It's a day-to-day sort of thing. But I really do want to meet a nice lady. It would be great to meet a nice lady. Transition, public speaking. Let me glance at my notes. Here we go. This is great. Oh, and you know what they say, ladies? Once you go Jack, you never go back. Because it wasn't that good and you kind of felt uncomfortable. But if I do meet a nice lady, I'd love to take her out on some dates, treat her right. But I've been a little bit apprehensive going back on the dating scene ever since my first date back in high school. And it goes a little something like this. I'm from St. Louis, and in St. Louis I worked at a car wash. And at this car wash I worked with a girl named Ashley. She was beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Every time we'd work, we'd talk and we'd hang out and I'd make her laugh. You know, I'd be like cleaning the wheel of a car and I'd be like, "Hey Ashley, I'm totally giving this car a rim job." And she ate it up, much like you would during a rim job. So one day, I finally got the courage to ask her out. She said yes, which was great. Big confidence booster. So I took her to the Olive Garden because she said that was her favorite restaurant. Which in hindsight should have been a red flag because, I mean, let's face it, it's the fucking Olive Garden. So we're sitting there and the date is just not going well at all. Conversation's just not happening. We're not clicking. So in between one of those awkward silences, I turn to her and I go, "You know, Ashley, I always thought it'd be weird to take a date to the Olive Garden, because when you're here, you're family." She didn't laugh. Apparently it's not a good idea to say an incest joke on your first date. Now a couple weeks ago, there was a comedian on Conan, and he did a similar joke. The difference is, he made up that joke for laughs, and I actually did that during my first romantic experience. It's been a downward spiral since. No, it really has. Yeah, people that know me, they know. But how am I supposed to get a date when I say things like that and I feel the way that I do? I feel like, you know, when you're taking a shower and you're getting ready to clean your body and you've got the body wash in your hand, but then you accidentally put it in your hair and you go, "Shit!" I feel like that all the time. Have you ever been sitting on the toilet, maybe on your phone for too long, or maybe reading a book, and that your legs fall asleep when you go to stand up, you collapse, and you fall into a nearby wall? No? Me neither. Have you ever been drinking water and it goes down the wrong pipe, and you're choking, and you're coughing, and you scream, "I can't do anything right!" And you get really depressed and you draw a bath, but then your head clears and you unplug the toaster and you move on? No? Me neither. Do you ever wish you were born in a different decade? Maybe that your parents would have just had an abortion? No? Me neither. Oh, Glance! I want to start a half-assed terrorist group and name it Al-Qaeda. I want to turn my dad bod into a stepdad bod. That way, I only have to see the gym every other weekend. If I could turn it into an African-American dad bod, I don't have to see the gym at all. What is an 1800s plantation owner's favorite dance? It's the whip. That's racist. Yeah, history though, you know? It's like those old Looney Tune cartoons. They're still gonna show you them, but they're gonna be like, this is bad. Every doctor is a doctor without borders, because that chain of bookstores closed in 2011. Just like every dildo can be considered a gag gift. My friend has a nickname for his penis. He calls it the Dark Knight. Every time he gets a quart of chubs, he says that Batman begins. Every time he gets a full-on erection, he says the Dark Knight rises. I liked it. So I watched Blade Runner for the first time around Christmas, which is a great movie. It's a classic. So I was curious when I was watching it. When I typed it in on Google, and one of the suggested searches was Blade Runner, Oscar Pistorius. When I saw that, I thought it was hilarious. I was laughing so hard, I thought I was dead. Not as dead as his girlfriend, but you know. Oh, if you thought that was bad, this next one's gonna get about a whole lot worse. So I love going to the movies. I really do. One of the best movies that I've seen in a long time was Spotlight. And for those of you that don't know Spotlight, it's a Best Picture nominated movie about the 2001 article in the Boston Tribune that revealed that 5% of Boston priests were involved in sex abuse scandals with children. Pretty heavy stuff. So I'm gonna make a joke about it to a room of strangers. Why not? Why not? So that article came out in 2001, and I started Catholic school in 2001. Now that article may have been a bit to kind of bring those numbers down, but what was wrong with me? Oh, the nervous laughter is so good. I thrive off of it. It's so great. I would do all I could to try to get the priest's attention. I would be going through the... I'd be going through the communion line. I'd receive the host. And, you know, I'd immediately drop it, and I'd do the bend and snap. Nothing. Nothing after the bend and snap. I even became an altar boy to try to get more attention. Nothing worked. I can remember this one mass. It was me, this blonde-haired kid named Ryan, and another kid named John. When it was time for me to go up there and accept the Eucharist and the blood of Christ, the wine, I went up there and I drank the whole cup. I wiped my mouth. I winked a little bit. I made it known. And then I moved on. Nothing. No attention. But later on, he ended up giving some more attention to Ryan. I guess blondes do have more fun. And I always noticed that Father Riker always walked around with a set of rosary beads. But now I know why his beads were just a little bit bigger than everybody else's. Every time he pulled one out, he'd say a Hail Mary. I love saying that joke because you could really point out the Catholics in the crowd. The people that are just like, oh, that's fucking touchy, you know, much like the priests. So when I was a young boy wanting to get molested by priests, I actually came, like I said, I'm from St. Louis, but I spent a fair amount of time in Indiana growing up. Because every summer, my dad, my brother, and myself, we would go camping in Indiana. We'd either go to New Harmony State Park or Lincoln State Park by Holiday World, good old Holiday World. And we'd camp there for 1 week out of the summer. And it's great. I have a lot of fond memories. But one of the biggest memory that stands out is, it goes a little something like this. I can remember this one night, this beautiful night, the stars are out. My dad and I are playing a game of chess. My brother is sitting by the fire, reading a book or playing a Game Boy or something. And out of the silence of our game of chess, my brother goes, "Dad, I think I have 2 buttholes." I had a lot of questions. I started laughing and I'm like, so when you poop, is it like you're playing with Play-Doh, and when you put it down, is it like 2 spouts? Is it like what is it, the fucking Chia Pet? Is it like that? No, I don't know. So I start laughing. My dad's super concerned, like a parent would be. He goes, "What do you mean you have 2 buttholes?" He's like, "Yeah, well, the other day I was taking a shower and, I was cleaning around down there and I think I have 2 buttholes." And he goes, "Whoa, I need a bigger explanation for this." So he takes the lantern and he goes, "Okay, let's go into the tent. I gotta check this shit out. As a concerned parent, I need to see what's going on." This is a joke about buttholes again, so yeah, it's uncomfortable, but we're almost done. We're almost there. So they go into the tent, and from this point on, it looks like that scene in all the Austin Powers movies, when they put up the sheet and there's like some raunchy shit going on underneath. So I'm sitting outside the tent, like laughing, but like super concerned, and inside the tent is just like some diddling shit going on, maybe a little spanks. That's not true. My dad's not a priest. So after a couple minutes of me just in suspense out there, he comes out and he goes, "The man has 2 buttholes." Fast forward a couple weeks, my brother goes, sees a few proctologists and gets the diagnosis. What a job being a proctologist. Anytime they were asked, they were like, I'm an ass man. I am an ass man. If I had to go see a proctologist, they would not have fun because my ass looks like Chewbacca's face. You're learning a lot about me tonight. This is fun. Good stuff. So fast forward 2 weeks, my brother had what you call a pilonidal cyst. And what that is a little hole at the base of the spine and at the top of the butt crack, and it just takes in hair. It takes in hair and skin particles. And it's a thing. And it can potentially paralyze you. It can wrap around your spine and make you not walk. Christopher Reeve style. I'm touching all the base. We all know his weakness wasn't kryptonite. It was horse riding. So long story short, if you ever think that you have 2 buttholes, get that shit checked out. Thank you guys. My name is Jack Andrew. You guys have been fun.